Port Hedland, Western Australia.
BHP for a long time was the only iron ore producer in Australia. Most of the iron ore came from Iron Knob in South Australia, and from there it went to Port Kembla and Newcastle Steelworks. When people in around 1960 became interested in the possibility of mining iron ore in Western Australia, BHP wasn't particularly interested. It already had a small iron ore mine in the far northwest of Western Australia at a place called Yampi Sound. At that time, Port Hedland, which is now the great iron ore port in Australia and indeed the biggest port in Australia, Port Hedland was nothing. I was at Port Hedland in Easter 1961 and it was like Sleepy Hollow. Deep water ships couldn't go into Port Hedland, it was just too shallow. They dredged the harbour and of course now ships of 100,000, 200,000 tonnes come in with ease. Port Hedland dwarfs Melbourne and Sydney and Fremantle in tonnage. Of course the cargo at Port Hedland is solely iron ore. Nothing comes in by sea and there's this one cargo that goes out. But in terms of tonnage, it's enormous. 1,000 kilometres of railway, I think 7 distinct iron ore mines operating at the moment. Huge trains, longer than you would ever see in Victoria and New South Wales, bringing the iron ore from far inland to Port Hedland, where it's shipped to China and South Korea and Japan and other parts of the world. It's a great sight to see, where there was nothing 50 years ago.